Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. This is Pooja, and I'm a part of CodeGround. In today's session, we're going to be doing a thorough study on the best methods and practices for effective campus recruitment. College recruitment season is here, and the easiest way to get to your future employees is by having a good stint of campus recruitment. Campus placements is a promising trend in recruitment that is shaking things up for the corporate world. The question here is actually that what's stopping organizations from tapping into this wide pool of talent that is so much like, new to nuances, eager to excel, intelligently innovative, etc. The issues actually range from a lack of brand value, wasting time and manpower, unclear expectations, etc. We need to be addressing all of this, and that is what we will do in this presentation. As we go on with this presentation, you can feel free to raise any queries or type in your suggestions and input. You could also get in touch with us and our team after the webinar, and we'll be happy to cover and talk about anything that hasn't been mentioned today. We expect that the webinar should go on for about 30 to 40 minutes, so let's just get down to business. Campus hiring has become difficult, with the success rate of campus recruitments alarmingly low even at the pedigree institutes. Recruiters, what happens here is they need to understand the campus hiring scenario and the current preferences of candidates to have a successful recruitment session. From filtering candidates by very specific criteria, sending out bulk messages for follow-ups, to collaborate with hiring managers, other recruitment team members, and having a visual, meaningful campus recruitment metric report in hand. What if we tell you that there are ways by which you can do all of that and much more from the comfort of your cabin? That's the kind of next generation campus recruiting solutions that we'll be discussing. Campus recruitment has always been the talk point amongst passing out batches in any educational institute. Approximately 95% of the students taking admissions in professional courses hope that after completing their respective courses, they'll be placed with well-known companies with decent salaries in hand. Today, we'll discuss various strategies and methods which will help you rethink and rebuild your campus recruitment strategy. So, why is it that you should rethink your current hiring practices? Career fairs and on campus events are the meat and potato of campus recruitment. We agree. So, you want to hit with the maximum effectiveness and you're here to stay on track and increase your visibility, then all of that and much more is a must. Let's look at a couple of points here. Not missing out on a bright student from not so well known campus or remote campuses. Locking in the best student even before the pre-placement talks. On-campus student ambassador program. You should remember that a recruiting message or any kind of communication that you have should be very mobile channel or mobile friendly. Develop the capability of recruiting remotely. Improve the quality of the talent you're about to recruit. Block and tackle competitors. Constant looming of retirements and a drain of intellectual capital is pushing more and more people towards rethinking and working on their campus hiring practices. Campus continuity pays off, and that campus recruiting is one of the most cost-effective ways to source and retain a very diverse talent. So the best practices for campus recruitment. What happens here is that, college campus hiring methods and processes have mostly been very stagnant for many years now. In terms of campus recruitment, many other crucial factors have been changing, such as the expectations of fresh graduating talent and also how they are going about looking for a job. It is time for the recruiters to actually step up, reevaluate, and be up for the task. Here are a list of best practices when you talk about campus hiring. Some of those are: stay up to date with your latest technology, Your very first impression depends on the pre-placement talk. Locking in the best candidate even before the pre-placement talk is a huge added bonus. Work on your brand presence in colleges. This is extremely crucial because this is what will sort of create an everlasting bond with the target audience. Be innovative to get the talent that innovates, develop the capability of recruiting remotely, take help to filter candidates, and there are a lot of methods of doing this, and one could be using a pre-assessment platform. You need to continuously sell and pitch work-life balance every chance you get. This is a great selling point for candidates. Show that for you as an organization, career development matters a lot. And remember, campus hiring is definitely not about scrambling, to set up job postings and information setups, interviews, etc. in the last minute. That will absolutely not work. Now that we've looked at that, what we'll do is jot down and discuss some of the tools that are present in the market that'll act like sort of enablers for campus recruiting. Mistakes in talent acquisition comes with great hiring costs. An organization, however big or small, can't really afford to ignore a recruitment's best practices. Today, it is simply not enough to just, post for a job opening and then sit and pray. Post and pray not works. You know the drill. It's the same story of bloated paper trails, mixed up or lost candidate information, cups and cups of pens, and of course, stacks of clipboards after clipboards, of going to career fairs, recruiting events, etc. It's the same old drill. How that really translates for a lot of organizations today is loss of time, reduce in productivity, loss of manpower, and all of that is actually a big bummer. Hence, without wasting further time, let's jump right into the top tools and techniques that make recruitment faster, cheaper, easier, and much more effective. We've discussed all of the below points in greater detail in our previous webinars. You can get in touch with us or look us up to know more. All right, so getting down to the points now. Online candidate assessment. Nowadays, companies are conducting virtual campus drives where they use online assessment platforms like, say, CodeGround, HackerEarth, Metal, HireView, etc., along with some of the applicant tracking systems in place. So what applicant tracking system is actually, it is a tool that enables companies to sort of electronically manage, their database and their recruitment requirements, etc. Social media has an influence on the efficiency. One of the quickest, easiest, and the most cost-effective way to update your recruitment practices has to be social media. If one wishes to get the best talent out there, ideally social media would be one of the best channels to leverage. What also social media does is acts like a great platform for you to showcase your brand and your culture. This acts like a great bonus point. Next we have is video interviews, which will help reduce costs. Nowadays, video interviewing technology is gaining a lot of attraction when it comes to talent acquisition. Because of the overall benefits of video interviewing, it has become more acceptable now than before. It makes searching top talent for your team easier, faster, and cost effective. Because instead of wasting time, shuffling through resumes and candidates for the first round, you can just merely view number of one-way video responses from interested individuals. Apart from your usual Skype, etc., there are also a lot of tools present in the market today, and some of them would be Recruit Loop, Zoom, Spark Hire, Google Hangouts, etc. Social media tools for recruitment. It's all about going digital. Top tools could be, Facebook, you have LinkedIn, you have YouTube. YouTube is a great way to showcase your culture, Google Plus, etc. All of these provide an exciting possibilities for the recruitment industry, and they have been doing so for over a decade. Recruiters have now started looking at the ways in which they can extend their services through social media as another recruitment channel, posting jobs, seeking referrals, etc., even to a very specific location network. Apart from these, what happens is that we have discussed a lot of the information on social media in our webinars before, and we'll be doing so in future as well. So stay tuned to the content that we share, and you can learn much more on the same lines. Next is an applicant tracking system. So once a recruiter opens the position and advertises it, the ATS provides an interface for candidates to apply online. Recruiters can view and search those candidates' profile before even moving through with the hiring process. The whole process starts typically from screening to interview to offer and, of course, hire. Remote campus recruiting. So what happens is the most serious restriction in college campus recruiting is that the traditional approach requires recruiters to kind of physically visit and be present in order to recruit. So even though remote college recruiting may not seem right for you, remember that today it's the age of the internet, and whether you like it or not, there is a war for talent. At a time like this, campus recruitments have proven that this approach kind of produces 3 times the ROI of a traditional approach. The best part here is that you can be successfully recruiting without even a single visit using remote college recruitment. And what's even better, there's a whole battalion of tools and services that are out there in the market today to help you out. Let's quickly run you through some of the benefits of remote campus recruiting. It saves the traveling costs and time for both the recruiter and the hiring manager. It allows an organization to expand their global capabilities where campus visits are just not realistic enough. Using top remote recruiting tools available in the market allows you to identify candidates that who on another good day you would have not been able to find or approach using your traditional recruiting strategies. The competition at a smaller or a second tier college is much more subtle, so you will be likely to have little difficulty in approaching any candidate you find. Try to host an online contest and projects, and you might actually recruit a top quality candidate with the ability to solve real problems. Design your program correctly in terms of online contests and projects. You will actually increase the percentage of the total diversity hires. So let's look at what outsourcing can actually do. Where it is like this tall, chill glass of water on those hot summer recruiting days for you. This way, you say no to painful logistics as you can have an ambassador represent you. You can get rid of your tedious pen and paper tests. Studies have shown that outsourcing can help improve your hiring ratio. There are online assessment platforms which will provide accurate auto-evaluated results. Today, there are options to even have your tests customized. In the end of all of that, you get a report in hand that you can analyze and tweak according to your strategies. Online drive. Since going to each campus takes a lot of time, resources, and money, campus recruiters have shifted their focus to include online screening processes or an online drive, for that matter, to ensure that only the best candidates make it to the later stages of the recruitment. Breaking out of the traditional and the redundant methods of college placements is the first very important step towards better hiring. Pooled off-campus placement drives. The companies will be benefited from getting a wide choice of candidates to select from different job posts. Companies can select the right and talented candidates from a vast pool of young applicants within a very limited time. On the other hand, students have the advantage of getting a good job according to their qualification level even before the completion of their academic courses in colleges. Pre-assessed candidates. Assessments using software such as CodeGround and Interview Mocha, etc., saves your organization time and money by letting your personnel focus their time with candidates that they meet who have actually, crossed the benchmark or competencies that were actually required for that job. It generates and analyzes comprehensive reports with ease. Trained or certified candidates. Employing technology certified candidates who are industry ready helps you save training costs, makes hiring process quicker, and ensures immediate employee output. What we will be doing now is understand how to deal with universities based on categorization such as ranking. We will be modifying strategies. This is simply because Tier 1 campuses are crowded with companies who wish to hire the skilled lot. And hence, you may need to shell out good money in terms of salary and perks, etc. But your conversion ratio here will be great. This is, there is a bounty in hand of a lot of diamonds, and you have to fight to get yours. What we'll also be doing is look at Tier 2 and Tier 3 colleges for your hiring campaign. But here, you have to have a strong assessment mechanism in place. This will be after several rigorous rounds, you find your ideal candidate, which is like finding a diamond in the coal mines. Categorization and tweaking strategies, as we were saying, based on Tier 1 colleges. And you also have Tier 2 and Tier 3 colleges. Let's look at Tier 1 colleges. Even though with time the differences have become limited, yet there is distinctive distinction between Tier 1 and other colleges in terms of candidate assessment and also the CTC offered to them. Here, we'll discuss some of the tips for recruiting through top pedigree campuses in a very effective manner. Use social media to your advantage. Today's young talent is using their smartphones, they're updating professional networking sites, and turning to the latest mobile devices to engage with industry's leading employers. So make sure that you're investing in a mobile-friendly recruitment process, making your career site mobile-friendly, and ensuring that the application process is easy to pursue through any medium. Engage with student clubs. College campuses are active places, and it's easy to get lost in the hustle. Making positive connections with the right clubs, associations, and student groups can be the best way for organizations to introduce their brand, network with prospective candidates, and position their companies as an employer of choice. Go all out and get creative. Creating a buzz on the campus will go a long way in terms of brand recognition. Sponsoring events, guest speaking at student organizations, or participating in alumni networks are some of the indirect ways of recruiting from colleges. Focus on your strengths and go ahead and connect. Companies, especially the small and the growing ones, should realize that they are in a position to offer employees a lot of room for growth. Even if they can't really match up the starting salaries of the big guns, startups can make employees feel a lot more important by fostering some kind of an open communication project, ownerships, etc. Internships and cooperative educational programs. All companies should create internships or corporate education opportunities for college students. Companies can observe the promising new professionals in the workplace, thus creating a talent pipeline for hiring the best talent upon graduating. Campus ambassadors. Use your assets. Recruiting interns can be your most effective ambassador on campus. Spreading your news, marketing your brand, and engaging in peer-to-peer promotion of your company and your brand and your organization as a brand has its own set of opportunities. Do not be a one-time show. Remember, campus recruiting cannot be a turn-on, turn-off thing. Make at least a 2-year commitment and form a partnership with the university to meet the institution's needs. Campus recruiting is no longer a fall or a winter activity, but goes ahead and becomes a year-round continual process. Make the work challenging enough. Students in these colleges need challenges which will test their acumen and knowledge. They do not need mundane desk jobs and they constantly have a need to test themselves all the time. Create a long lasting relationship. Although the modes may have changed and students may be motivated by different things, most recruiters would strongly agree that winning new employees on campuses comes down to relationships. Ensure that the freshers feel that the company is approachable and is worth a fight. Tier 2 and Tier 3 colleges. In India, the availability of talent was never an issue, as there is an abundance of capable talent considering the number of educational institutions and employable candidates emerging every single year. However, with changing times, startups and many MNCs are looking to hire talent from these colleges as they might, contain hidden talents which gets lost among the mammoths of the League One colleges. So here are a couple of tips on how to be recruiting from Tier 2 and Tier 3 colleges. Utilize online assessment tools. Remember, we spoke about how to have a strong assessment mechanism in place to get through to the right candidate of choice. This is it. You should employ assessment tools which will help in individualizing the talent that you are looking for. Utilize the online assessment tools such as CodeGround, we have Metal, we have Interview Mocha, etc. to analyze and assess the candidates in a much more hassle-free way. So what happens here is rather than going through hundreds of resumes that you can just get, instead what you get is the automated results from the online tests and go ahead with the recruitment procedure. Highlight the perks. A healthy work-life balance and fair pay are also clearly important to new college grads. With more companies offering awesome benefits, like paid time off, company outings, gym reimbursements, in-house yoga classes, etc., it's understandable that today's young job seekers want more and more from their employers. Leveraging social media. An online presence is extremely important for any company in the market today, not only to market themselves to their clients, but also for job seekers. A company's website, more importantly, the careers page, their social media efforts, etc., give candidates a better understanding of their business values and personality, helping candidates determine if they would be a good fit for the corporation or not. Additionally, a simple "We are hiring" post is a great way to spread word to the social media savvy college grads seeking entry level positions. A thorough interview. Remember to ensure that you conduct a thorough interview for the candidates to review their capabilities well enough and well before and compare as per your requirements. Go for a more practical approach and present the candidates with more realistic and real life situations to see their ability of handling situations real time. have a review session from the faculty in the placement cell. Now, this is very important. The faculty and the placement cell officers will have a thorough idea about their students and their strengths and their weaknesses. Having a good rapport with the placement cell officer and the faculty of the college is crucial. That way, you get the insider's scoop on the students, their skills, their aptitude, etc. So, importance of building your brand in campuses. All of your recruiting efforts will go nowhere if you have not built an important brand presence in campuses. Successful campus recruitment comes with building and maintaining a strong presence in the campus. Remember, as an organization, your brand is very, very specific to you and is something that you personally can mold and shape to attract the ideal candidate. So what we have here, in addition to posting open positions, attending your, usual job fairs, hosting interviews, etc., are some suggestions that can help establish and grow your organization as a brand within the student community. Here are some of the top ways to engage with millennials. Internship opportunities. So a 3-month internship is a perfect period for both the candidate and the employer to assess their capabilities and the compatibility. Studies show that the retention rate are higher for employees that have previously interned at an organization versus those who haven't. Organizations should set goals and measure the conversion rate of interns to full-time hires as well as retention rates. You should also provide a medium for the interns to share their experiences. This acts like a great branding channel. You should also encourage cooperative students and interns to socialize in person. Never miss out on staying in touch with your former interns. They are like walking and talking brand ambassadors for your organization. Next would be guest judging panels. So what happens here is engaging students with projects and being a part of a guest judging panel is an easy way to volunteer your way into recruiting on campuses. It's also relatively more cost effective than the other modes. Judging panels can be found through affiliate programs, etc. But some schools simply asks the business community for their participation. Many campuses will hold case studies that students can participate in and present their projects or ideas to a guest panel. Be sure to get engaged with students and become a part of the panel, and hence you'll be able to, witness their abilities firsthand and judge. This is like an amazing chance for you as a recruiter. Next, we have our hackathons. As project-based challenges, it's hackathons that come closest to testing a candidate's capabilities of handling challenges in the workplace. Associating your brand with a hackathon can change the public's perception of you and your brand and help acquire developers' mindshare. Participants may find something you never knew you were actually looking for. That is a refreshing change. Hackathons are an innovative, proving ground for new ideas. They stimulate the creative juices of participants and foster a problem-solving and risk-taking environment. Career site. So 61% of talent acquisition leaders think that career sites are the best channels for employer brand building. 19% of all hires come from career sites, more than any other source. Millennials now comprise of the largest proportion of the workforce. They know what good web experiences are and aren't. Remember to find the right mix of content, visuals, and video. Showcase professional image and employer branding. Optimize for mobile. Don't forget to make it personal. And most importantly, have a call to action method integrated with your recruitment system. Also, What's more important is you might be ready with your pre-placement talk, etc. But once you're done visiting the campus, remember that all of your target audience will be checking you and your organization out. And a healthy and an impressive career site with a lot of engaging videos and a lot of great content that talks about your culture will be a great bonus and will be that kind of a motivating factor that will nudge your candidate towards going ahead and applying for a position with you. Guest lecturing on real life scenarios. Remember, what happens here is you, from the industry, have an upper hand. You will be those guys who will have the real, sort of a real experience to talk about. So you should be playing that card more often than not. Some of the points that could benefit you would be to hand the reins to a variety of employees. Mix it up and let people talk about their strengths. Campus faculties are on the lookout for the new ways to help students learn and stay abreast in the industry. And students are always, remember, eager to hear from real people in their respective fields. It makes a huge difference when you actually send people who really speak the language of the faculty at the same time strike a chord with the students. For starters, you, sorry, for starters, you can start with stuff like a career center workshop, employer wish list, interviews do's and don'ts, resume building guidance, networking nights, mock interviews, etc., and much, much more. These are just a list of examples to get you started. Get creative. Attend virtual career fairs for targeted audiences. You get access to job candidates from across the world in a one-stop environment. You get the opportunity to meet with non-traditional employees, such as those from disciplines that you wouldn't normally even be considering on a regular day. You get the opportunity to attract a large pool of candidates without having to place an expensive job ad. It's a way to kind of save money, since virtual career fairs are less expensive and, when you compare it with traditional career fairs, which is particularly attractive for smaller and medium sized companies to participate. Also, remember there are no travel costs and logistics is cut down by several folds. Virtual career fairs are convenient and provide ease of access from the office instead of having to travel all the way to another location. You can have multiple conversations going on at the same time with job seekers, so it is less time consuming than a traditional career fair. You have another opportunity to build your brand because job fairs are highly advertised events within a state, nationality, or even internationally. So, what we've done today for you guys is we've discussed a lot of things. To make it easy for you, what we've done now is come up with a very doable list of action items to get you thinking and kind of kickstart a very successful recruitment process from your end. So here goes. Embrace technology that can save on time, money, and have a greater reach to your target pool. Go beyond campus fairs for good branding. Remember to ask for resumes in any sort of networking events and constantly update your database. Remember to take a long term approach. Ultimately, try locking in the best candidates even before your pre placement talks. So we understand that this has been a rush. We had about half an hour in our hand, and we understand that you'll have a lot of questions. You can ping us right away or write to us after the webinar, and we will address it for you. So we have this small request for everyone attending the webinar, and this should not take too much of your time. We're sending across the link to a feedback form, and kindly take time off and fill it up for us. Your feedback is extremely valuable. And you can also be registering with us for our further sessions, etc. We hope that you found this webinar useful. Thank you for your participation, and feel free to contact CodeGround for any recruitment needs and doubts. You have a great day and happy recruiting.